All right, hello, welcome back to Monsters of the Mic, episode 17. Another victory week, putting the
Woo!
Chicago Bears at 7-3, and more importantly, in first place of the NFC North. Believe it or not.
Let's fucking go. I don't know if I
Ugh,
can swear on here, but I did. So
ugh, it's
how does it
ridiculous.
how
It's
does it feel?
ridiculous.
How does it feel?
It's honestly so surreal because this year, no matter what I was looking at, no matter how much success we were, it's a transitional year. And the fact that we are 7-3 in a transitional year, and Ben Johnson has these guys firing on all cylinders in the sense of playing all 60 minutes. And we haven't had a Bears team like this since, in my opinion, since the Lovie Smith era, where it was play all 60 minutes on all phases of the game.
Yeah. Well, well, at least two of the phases because the offense was a little bit non-existent at times, but
I agree. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think they've gotten it all together yet. I don't think he's hitting it. I don't think maybe the one game this year that has where they put all things together pretty much was the Dallas game.
Cowboys, yeah.
I think that's the one game where like I can sit and pinpoint, but like yeah, 31-17 win against that good team and a good offense, right? As they've shown. So I'm like great, but yeah, I think the last since that week it's been consistently a roller coaster, right? And once again, I almost had a crash out because I'm like they're gonna blow a lead. I knew it, man. The moment when Santos missed it on that kick, I was like, all right, nah, the Bears are gonna blow his lead again. I just know it. I just feel it because it's week one all over again. Uh,
I was kind of going through the same thing. Then I'm usually pretty relaxed during the games too. Like I usually don't let it get to me because I always have the confidence that they're gonna come back, at least this
sure,
season.
sure.
Um, I thought it was gonna fall into Caleb's hands again.
Mm-hmm.
This time it didn't. It was special teams.
Yeah.
Devin Duvernay, like what a kick return.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, I was pleasantly surprised. And yeah, like just to kind of come back to the like them being in first place, like I did not I expected them to be good, but I didn't think that they would be, fighting for the division this early because it is a transitional year, like you said. It's like and the injuries, like
Oh, correct.
our defense has been like plagued with injuries and like they just continue to just find a way to win and to squeeze out some of these wins. Like it is the
Yeah.
Ben Johnson effect, man. Like they I
Mm-hmm.
think we've said it like the last couple of weeks. They've they've really bought in and
Yeah.
they're believing and it's so far it's it's paying off.
It's paying off, and the biggest thing, right, is like I've gone back to this the last couple of weeks because it's just literally been the crux of our season, right? Is
Hmm.
they're winning games that they wouldn't win in the past, right? They're winning these games where we would end up being on the losing end of these games, right? And they're finding ways to win, and
Yeah.
and that's the most important thing, right? You can't apologize for a win in the NFL, right? Because it's a hard league to get wins in. It's a very
Yeah.
difficult league to win, right? So the fact that they're doing it at this, yes. Does the offense need to be better? Absolutely, right? Caleb was what 16 for 32, 193 yards. Zero touchdowns, but obviously, right? Zero interceptions again. So he protected the ball very well in a divisional game, right, against a good defense.
Yep.
And the most important thing about this, right, is once again he handled the pressure very well again. You know what I mean? Brian Flores, I think, is Brian Flores correct? Yeah, right. He's the
Yep.
DC. Yeah,
Brian Flores.
I think he blitzed about 68% of the time against Caleb his last game. You know what I
I
mean?
think it was like 73 from
Okay,
the last stat that I checked.
so it was higher, right? So it was higher than I originally thought, right? So like he handled it really well, got the ball out, quicker and avoided sacks. He took two sacks. I mean, I'll take that against that good defensive line, right? And you know what I mean? Like I'll take that. You know what I
But
mean?
how many sacks did he avoid?
Correct,
Like that
correct.
there was one I don't know what corner was coming off the edge. Like I didn't think he was gonna get out of that one, and he just spun out of it and got
Oh
like
yeah, I know
7 yards or something
I know
like that.
exactly what play I know exactly what play you're talking about, right? So yeah, like he's doing that. I thought right what I saw this week in this game, even though they're right were inconsistencies again on the deep ball and overthrows. He demonstrated improvement in the pocket, actually.
Really?
I thought he actually handled it very well considering getting blitzed 73% of the time, right? Like I think
Yeah.
he handled it very well, and I think he made important throws in clutch situations this game because this was a sloppy game, let's be honest. It was a defensive slugfest type of NFC North game, which is what,
Yeah.
right? These next two games against the Packers and Lions are going to be too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I think that the Lions are going to put a 52 burger in Chicago? No, absolutely not. I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. The Bears play better defense at home. I think the game's going to be meaningful, so like they're going to be ready for that,
It's
right?
gonna be cold outside.
Correct.
Jared Goff.
And
Yeah.
and I think right that week two, remember, was like the Lions lost to the Packers and they weren't supposed to, so I think they came out and bench what's it called? Dan
They
Campbell's like
came.
we're just gonna run over these guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think right these next couple of games against the Packers, right, they're gonna be slugfest defensive games, right? Like the Packers have a great defense. The Bears are gonna be getting Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon and TJ Edwards back soon, right? So like they're gonna be
Hmm.
healthy for these games. So like I need the offense to get better a little bit in the sense of like,
I,
yes, they're clutch. They're clutch.
I
Great. I can take it. If we go into a fourth quarter game and it's close, I know that Caleb and the offense are going
they
to keep us in
can.
the game, right? They're going to keep
Yeah.
us in the game.
Yeah. There's a
But
chance.
I also need them to put more consistent drives into the end zone, right? We're selling for too many field goals. And as much as Santos did well, right, but that was in a dome again. He was in a dome, right? That 54-yarder that he made, because he was in a dome. He doesn't do that consistently out in the open, right? So like,
Yeah.
I need the offense to put the ball in the end zone more often, and that's my big thing, right? Those overthrows too. Like Caleb had those two deep balls. I'm like, bro, like you got to make those. Like you got to make both those throws.
I agree. Those are those are gimmies that he needs to like. He really needs to hit on. But I do think that up until this point, we've seen him get better like week to week. Like
Sure.
this was another, I would say, efficient week. I know it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, right? Like not in his completions or his, touchdowns, but he didn't turn the ball over.
True.
The other team did, and what like that's kind of what I've noticed. Like he does a really good job of just like keeping us in the game long enough for us to squeeze it out. And honestly, that's kind of all that matters. I do agree with you. Like, yeah, we need we got to hit on more explosives downfield. Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it'll come. I actually think that they're closer than people realize. Like just because of
Mm-hmm.
his development so far,
Sure.
like you said, he's standing in the pocket more. Like he's confident in what he's seeing. He's lit when he lets it rip, like he's letting it rip.
Sure.
And I
Sure.
think a couple of inches here and there, and the stats look a little bit different, and maybe he might
Agreed.
have a touchdown or two. Yeah,
Agreed. Great. And and I think it's important, right? Like, yeah, like it's just and right, Ben Johnson, right? As much as people, right, want to give him credit for like, oh, like he likes to air the ball out, like he likes to run the ball
he
for
likes to run
bro.
the ball. Yeah,
He loves to run the ball. Look at that system, right? Montgomery and Gibbs, right? Like he loves to run the ball. Like yes,
yeah,
that solid run game allows for that open pass, right? Because if you I think he mentioned in his concept, I think it was a week or two ago or recently, where he's like, I don't really look at one-on-one matchups. I look at getting our guys open. Who's going to be open to get the ball to make a play,
yeah.
right? And if you see that with Detroit, it was the same thing with Amon-Ra, Rice, A. Brown, with Laporta, right? With all these other guys, with um, J
He
Money,
wants
right?
wide
Like,
open
right,
receivers.
those are
Yeah,
wide open receivers, right? And that's exactly what he's trying to do with the Bears, and you see it, right? Like you see the play action working because the run game, right? Like Swift had another good game, right? Like 90 yards from Swift, right? 23 from Nungai, right? Like they did very well. Like Caleb also had 26 yards. Like so, the run game is there. It's there. I'm not worried about it, right? But like, all right, Caleb, like the run game is opening the play action and the movement out of the pocket and bootlegs that you like. Like you got to start making those plays.
yeah. And like I said, it'll come. I think it'll come. Like I think at least we have an identity to lean on
Sure.
when things get tough. And this was the perfect example of that, right? Like when Caleb couldn't hit on some of those downfield throws, we went back to back to the running game. Like let's just lean on the big guys up front and just, let's move some guys and get some yards that way. Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I I do love that just because I think it fits this, not just the city, but like the division as well, and it's gonna fit like later on in the playoffs. Like
Sure.
that's something that translates, like I and it's something that'll help Caleb, like at least it'll help take pressure off of him as he's still
Mm-hmm.
learning. So like I think we're in a good spot, honestly, that it's just gonna take a little bit more time, but I
Right.
I really do I really do believe right now.
No, no, I'm in agreement with you, right? And I think, right, what's important is like, yeah, like he's learning to win games because, like, this season kind of reminds me of like, oh, like, they haven't really played any people with winning records and this, that, and the other, yada, 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 blah, 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 right? Like, okay, fair. You know what I mean? They're 7-3. They've taken care of business, right? Good teams take care of those games, right?
Yeah,
They
yep.
find wins to win. And it reminds me of the season, right? Like before the Eagles went to the Super Bowl the first time, right? They were 9-7. And I think 8 of their wins came against teams that were under 500 that season, right? And they were nine
Yeah.
and seven, right? And they ended up playing the Bucks, who ended up, I think, winning the Super Bowl that year or something like that, right? I'm not 100% sure. Or they just met the Bucks in the playoffs, right, with Tom Brady. So like they lost
No,
that
that
game, right?
that was I think that was the year they went to, was that when they played the Niners in the NFC Championship and Purdy
I'm
got
I'm
hurt?
not I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not 100% sure. But
Right.
I know that, the Eagles were 9-7 that year, and they beat all under 500 teams. But right, the most important thing is they got them a winning culture, and then a year after that they made the Super Bowl, right? Like so, like you guys want to talk about that shit, but it's like, hey, like you got to build a winning culture first, and that's the problem, right? With a lot of these kind of like, I think as Bears fans, we're so cynical of like, oh, but it's not true because now they have to actually play like all the winning records, right? The rest of our remaining games, other than the Browns, those teams have winning records.
Yeah. I will say though, like we've done enough losing to, like I don't think we've done enough winning to complain about the way that we're winning, or the
I
or
agree with
who we're
you. I
beating. Like
100%. Like for example, like look what's happening in Kansas City, right? Like they're 5-5, right? And like people are like having pitchforks and fires, right? Because it makes sense because you're most of the time that team is a Super Bowl fucking caliber team, right? So like
yeah.
they're 5-5, 4 games out of first place in their division, right? Like they might not even make the playoffs. Yeah, that's a lot of pitchforks and fire. Hey, Chicago here, guys. Like we haven't been first place in division since 2018. Stop it.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly. Like let's be a little grateful here. Like we've had a good year. This doesn't We haven't had this in since like 2020, and even then we knew that was it was a
Right.
fluke year.
Right.
But
And honestly, like I'm sitting here and I'm no matter, right, even if we make the playoffs, win the division at the end of the day, right? I don't care. Like I still don't think we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
no, no.
Like I'm sorry. Like
Well,
I like our team. Don't get me wrong, but like if we go into LA and play the Rams will curb stomp us. I'm sorry. That defense will curb stomp us. The way the offense is working right now, that defense is gonna be just insane, right? Like
well, the only
no.
reason I would push back on that, the only reason
Mm-mm.
is because I don't think that there's a team that's really standing out as like the best,
The
like
Rams
that.
are the Rams.
They're really good. Don't get me wrong. And that was my Super Bowl pick. I think they're really good, but I think they can get got too, right? Like the Eagles got them. They had I think they're like 7-3, right?
No,
They
they're 8-2. They
oh, they're
just beat Seattle for that first place
8-2.
8-2.
Yeah, who is their other loss?
I think it was the 49ers on Thursday night, I believe.
There you go. Okay. I
Yeah,
see. So you can beat them. I guess,
I don't know.
I
No,
guess it depends, right? Like, I gotta look into their weaknesses a little bit more, but
I just I'm trying to be hopeful, but listen, like I'm just taking what it is, like, and as long as Caleb's improving, right, he's gonna play a good defense coming up, right? But you know what I mean? I think what's important too, right, is this defense that he's before I go into that, right? Actually, more importantly, like I want to talk about our defense last game, right? Another two turnovers, right? Age at 9, became
Mm.
agent turnover machine, right? I love it. I love it. I love it.
Nine.
Um, I absolutely love it, right? That he got curb stomped this game, had a horrible game, but like, hey, another Kevin Byard interception, right? Another Nashawn Wright interception, right? Another good outing by the defense again, right? Like they held them to
Yeah.
17 points. Like I can't really complain with that. Like,
Yeah, give the defense their flowers, man, because
right?
they did their job. They kept us in this game, and
Mm-hmm.
man,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they made plays when we needed.
Right.
Honestly, when we Grady Jarrett too, man. I
Oh,
know.
his presence has been so nice. That pressure of the quarterbacks the last couple of games have been so nice.
Yeah, I know they're not sacks, but like, yeah, the pressures count for something. Like I think that interception,
I
he
think
was
the
the one with
Kevin
the
Biner.
pressure.
I think the Kevin Biner was pressured by Jerry Grady,
Grady
right?
Jarrett,
I believe so.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yes. See,
and then holding JJ to 5 catches for 61 yards. Hey, that's I'll take that. I'll take that any
that,
given Sunday 61 yards. I'll take that for
that's
that man.
huge. Yeah,
You know
yep.
what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Special teams as well, man. I know they missed that one field goal, Pyro, and I know
Yeah,
we lost Jake Moody, so we can't get rid of Cairo now, but I I I at least give them their flowers for doing their job in that moment. You know, it was a
fair enough.
they got us down there, they put us in position, and they made the field goal. So
Fair enough, and I think you're right. I think the reason why Cairo plays is because honestly, like they gave him that contract a few years ago. I
yeah,
really, I really think I forgot what it was like a 4 year, whatever, like 20 million, whatever it was. I'm not 100% sure about what the money portion of it is, but like
they're trying
I
to
think,
justify it. Yeah.
yeah, and I think more important, I think right, Ben Johnson's thing is like I'm not going to settle anything for less than a 50-yard field goal. Like so, I
Hmm.
think like as they talk about like having a big like kicker, like I get that, but like I think Ben Johnson and his offense is like I'm just going to get myself within 50 yards every single time where my kicker is comfortable, and that's all that matters to me.
Hmm.
And I
Yeah,
think that's what's been happening.
he didn't even hesitate. He
Yeah.
they ran it 3 times and they put him in position and he just rolled him on out there and he
Which
was
is really, I don't know, not necessarily like any concern for me, but I'm just like, what, why are we not like put the ball in Caleb's hand really quickly? And maybe, right, it's because, right, he didn't want the ball to be incomplete, right? So, like, stops the clock, and because Minnesota didn't really have a lot of timeouts. Like, obviously, right, like a lot of things go into that kind of concept, but like, I don't know.
I think it was more like, lean on the strength of your team and especially the way that they were running it.
Sure,
Like
sure.
I think they thought they could definitely get a first down and or definitely get closer. It was just that second down play that kind of blew it up a little bit, but I mean, hey, they went right back to it and it worked. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think right. I think overall, yeah, I'm excited where they're at. I'm excited for, the 7-3 winning this division. But here's the bigger as we're gonna go in right to previewing right the next game, right? Like
Ugh.
Caleb
Yep.
does right needs to improve on those deep accuracy throws, especially in these big games because you're about to play right 6 of the next 7 games of possible playoff teams, right? And it's really gonna get tested, right? Like if
This,
you
yeah.
can win 3 more games, 3 of the last 7 games, you put yourself in a position to actually make the playoffs in a transition year. Even if you go 10-7 in the wild card, right? Like, yes, we're talking about here like being excited to win the division, great, but like I'm also a realist, and can we possibly do it? Yes, I'm not gonna rule it out, but at the same time, right? Like I'm also a realist.
I
Like,
think I I think these are winnable games. I really do. Like I think it starts with the Steelers, though,
right.
right? Like this is one that you need to get for sure. So
Hmm.
if you if you win that one, you can afford a loss at the Eagles, but you got to come back and beat Green Bay. And you need to handle your business against the Browns. So,
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. You know what I mean? And this is it's a good test, right? Like I know, right? Like Rodgers may or may not play because like he has that right fracture in his non-throwing hand, obviously, right? But like the good thing is like he might still play, and I think Rodgers will play. I
Do
think at the end of the day, I think he's going to play.
Side question, do you want him to play?
Yes, I fucking want him to play.
Me
Absolutely, I
too.
want him to play. Are
Me
you
too.
serious? I want all the smoke, man. I want
Me
it.
too.
I want
Yeah.
it.
I want the smoke too.
I want him to play right because my thing is it's like also like obviously right like you play what's in front of your schedule right but like the
Yeah.
Bears have not played the best of quarterbacks right they played J.J. McCarthy twice they played right what's his name the Saints quarterback they played right Jackson Dart who was tearing them up right like but I want the good quarterbacks and Rodgers has having a good season so like I
They
want
played Joe
this
Flacco though, and I mean we beat
he's
them.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. You know what I
Um,
mean? So like I
yeah.
think yes, it starts against the game at home with Pittsburgh, right? Like if Rodgers plays, I think he has a really good feeling of playing there because he loves Soldier Field. He loves quote unquote owning us and yada yada yada,
Yeah.
whatever.
Hmm.
Whatever. Um, but I think it's important that he does play because I want the Bears to get in comfort because like obviously right, like Rodgers knows his team a lot because he's played. Right, obviously, he was in a division for a very long time. But I want also to be a test to them and be like, hey, like these are the
He's not a
caliber of
bad
quarterbacks.
quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
these are the good caliber of quarterbacks you're about to start facing the
Yeah.
rest of the season.
Yeah. Even at 40, he still kind of got it. So,
Right, right.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Like when we play Jalen Hurts, even Jordan Love, like I'm, I will not lie, Jordan Love is still pretty good. I don't know what, Matt LaFleur is running over there. I think that's
Yeah,
probably more the issue.
I'm not really sure what's going on over there.
Yeah. But nonetheless, like this, I think it would be a good test for the defense. And hopefully we get healthy too, man. If we get healthy, if we get Jalen back, Kyler Gordon as
Mm-hmm.
well, like
Tyreek Stevenson rising with the hip, so like we have to hope he plays too because
yeah,
I mean, like the
like
Steelers have some good weapons, right? They got good tight ends, right? They got DK Metcalf, obviously, right? Like
mm,
they got Calvin Austin's a good streaky player down the field, right? So like I think it's Calvin Austin, right? Yeah, I think so.
yeah,
You know what I
Brian
mean? So
Muth, Malik, Washington,
right,
yeah,
right. So like they got good players. They got you know what I mean, and I think it's gonna be another defensive battle, right? Like Pittsburgh's good defense, right? But they are leaky. I honestly think, right, this is gonna be a big game for our tight ends. They do not. Mike Tomlin's defense this year does not cover their tight ends very well, is what I've seen. So
yeah,
I would not be surprised if it's a big Cole Kmet, Colson Loveland type of game. Like that's honestly, I think they're going to use the tight ends a lot and the run game too because the Steelers defense has been kind of leaky on that, and they've allowed like 4.2 yards a carry, which is what Swift has been kind of averaging, and so is Monungai. So like, I wouldn't be surprised again, right, if this is a tight end running oriented type of game is smash mouth football because it's just I think Ben Johnson right is the Ben Johnson effect. It's not like one shoe fits all. It's I adjust to who I'm playing.
yeah. I agree. I think he definitely does a good job of adjusting to the defense and creating his game plan based off of that. I I actually think they're weak in the secondary. Other than and I forgot his name, he's a second round pick, Joey Porter. Just
Mm.
other than Joey Porter, like I think they can get got through the air. Um, their defense hasn't like really been as good, even for what they've like. I think they're the most expensive defense in the league right now. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a shootout, honestly. Like,
You think it's a shootout? I think it's the opposite, man.
yeah, I only think it's a shootout just because both defenses are kind of shaky and both offenses are they can get hot and when they get
Hmm.
hot it just keeps rolling. But I this is a winnable game for sure.
Absolutely. I think it's a winnable game against a good team, right? The Steelers are a good team. They are a perennial playoff team every freaking year, right? Like they
Yeah.
always make the playoffs or are in the hunt, right? So like this is a very good, well coached team, right? So another chance, right, for Ben Johnson to go against another well coached team, right? And see how they puts
Mm,
it on there, right? Like and that offensive line against the Pittsburgh's offensive line is susceptible, right? Rodgers has been sacked 19 times this year, right? So like
yeah.
it's possible to get that pressure, and if you can keep getting pressure on that, it's going to be beneficial, right? Like you got obviously protect from the run, right? Like
Force, yeah.
Warren's having a good season, so like You gotta make sure you stop that. But like, I know you say it's a shootout, but like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's a lending to like a low scoring game again. It's been kind of the story for the Bears this season.
I maybe just because I don't know. I feel like DK could just break one away.
Sure,
The
sure,
I feel like they can get a couple explosives because I think they're number one in yards after the catch, and that's a corner falls down here or there, and DK's taking it to the house. But like I said, I think their defense isn't as good. So I mean, our offense should be able to keep up and
sure,
maybe have a breakout game. So
sure,
that's
sure.
yeah.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, and I think right at the end of the day, I think you're right. Like, it's gonna come down to those. I think it's also right. Like, can we please break out of the spell of the boogeyman? Right? Can we please just? It's probably the
that's
last
another
time.
thing.
Last time we're gonna probably play him, right? So like, can we please get a win in this new era and just wash it away? Right?
Did
Just
you
put it
know?
behind us.
Did you know the Bears are 13-1 all time against the Steelers in Soldier Field?
Which is insane in my opinion. That's a crazy effing stat. Like that's a crazy stat, which
Yeah.
is insane, right? But I think yeah, like I as I'm looking for the future, right, transitional year, like win this game and just put that crap in the past.
Yep.
It's done. It's done. Right? He haunted us forever,
Yeah.
but we're moving on to new pastures, new things, and like let's win this game
Mhm.
and get some confidence going into right that the Eagles, right? Because yes, I'm not saying we're going to beat the Eagles, right? We obviously will revisit that next episode, right? But like that offense isn't looking the best right now. It really, really isn't, right? And if it's going to become a defensive game, you can go in there and make it a defensive game, right? You're going to like to run the ball against that D line, right? Like, and obviously, right? Like Ben Johnson's going to look at it again and be like, all right, like my team's strength is running the ball, so I'm going to run
Yeah.
the ball most games.
I will say, like, I know I don't want to get ahead to the Eagles as well. But that is starting to look like a winnable game. Like, I think we can definitely go in there and beat them.
I think we
Uh,
can surprise them, right? Obviously, right? Like we can also go there and get our asses kicked, absolutely, and get bageled, right? Like that's a very, very plausible,
but
plausible,
but we should have a healthier defense by then, right? Or I don't.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, do they sit right? Do they sit Jalen Johnson and Kyler Gordon out of this game and then hold them on for that Friday night, that Friday game, right, for
Yeah.
Black Friday against the Eagles, right? Like, fine. If you think you can beat Pittsburgh without having those two guys in and maybe TJ Edwards one more time because your defense has been doing well, let them sit for those games because after that's the Packers, and then like that's when it starts to get right like cranked up because it's three divisional games in the last like 5 games, right? So,
Yeah.
yes. I think that the games are winnable. Um, but yeah, once again, take care of business on Sunday, right? Go in there. I think it's gonna be once again low scoring. I think it's gonna be like 20-16, 20-17, like a very low scoring game again, like ugly smash mouth football they've been playing, right? And I'm cool with
Yeah.
it. I'm cool with it.
I
I think they win. I think they win, but I think it's ugly again.
I agree. I think they win. Um, I think they win in a different way, but I still think they win. Um,
Fair, fair. But yeah, let's go into next week's predictions, right? A Thursday night game. It's Bills Texans, like another as we discussed last week, another ass of a game. I
God,
think without CJ Stroud playing, I think the Texans have no chance. Honestly. So I think the Bill take this in a route. I think Josh Allen is I don't know. He turned the switch back on. I think he's annoyed. So I think he's gonna start going crazy again, right? 6 touchdowns last week, which is insane. Um, so I think they win this game outright. Like I think the Texans really don't. I mean, fine. The Bills defense is a little bit leaky. Fine, they can put up points, but I just think the Texas defense, which is good, don't get me wrong, they have a really
it's
good damn defense.
it's really good. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think they're as bad. The offense, yes, but their defense is actually, in
Sure,
my opinion, they're
their defense, right, can keep them in, but like my thing is like if the offense can't go on and get sustainable drives, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that
it's
defense is
gonna
gonna
be
get tired
tough.
eventually, right? So like, and then Allen's just gonna run all over you, right? And Cook's gonna run all over you. So like, fine, okay, maybe it won't be that big of a game, but like I still think the Bills win that game pretty easily, honestly.
I will take, I will take the Texans here.
Wild, wild.
Yeah. And I'm only gonna do that because this feels like another crap game. Like it feels like another one of these like Blake Bortles kind of game, like where he
Mm-hmm.
just like all of a sudden was good on a random Thursday night. This is what this feels like.
Sure,
And
sure.
I just feel like Texans are at home. Uh their offense isn't gonna have to deal with like snap count issues, things like that. Nico's probably gonna be heavily involved.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the Bills up to this point, I feel like they kind of play down to their opponent a lot. So
Yeah, I feel like you're right on that aspect. But I mean, it is possible, right? I think, like anything can happen, right? Like I think a couple of weeks ago when the 49ers, right, beat the Rams, right? On that
mm,
Thursday night, it's like 23-20 that game, right? So like, yeah, it definitely is possible. So I can see that. But yeah, that's fair enough. I think
we
I like that we both take different teams. I think it makes it interesting.
it'll make it interesting this week.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah.
I think my upset is I think the Chiefs beat the Colts. I think the Chiefs remind everybody who they are this weekend coming up. Um, yes, I think it's going to be a shootout nonetheless. But I think after this embarrassment, at Denver, getting this shit kind of clapped, right?
Man, the Colts really?
I,
That's
I think so, man. I don't know. Like once again, like I think the Colts are good, but once again, I haven't. This is the cream of the crop, right? This is the cream of the crop. Yes, they are five
yeah.
and five, but they can rattle off 7 wins then in the season.
Yeah, they can. They
You know
if
that no
anybody
matter
could do
what,
it.
right? Like the team that they have, right? Like so, right. It's also to me another proving game for the Colts. Like, hey, y'all think you have arrived and you're here?
Mm,
Beat the big bad Chiefs, right? And who don't look like the big bad Chiefs, right? Granted, but like that defense is still really good. You know what I mean? Like it's a really good defense. That offense can go. Andy Reid knows how to cook, right? So like it's a possibility. So yeah, I think the Chiefs end up upsetting the Colts because it's that type of game. Even and I think the Colts are coming off a bye too, which we'll see how they come off a bye too, right? Like that's also
yeah.
important too.
Yep.
Going into a hostile environment, right? But I still think the Chiefs end up winning this game.
Yeah, at Kansas City.
Yeah.
My upset is Dallas over Eagles in
Oh,
Jerry World.
really?
Yeah, man.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel like they're coming off that win against the Raiders, or they're flying high. That offense is explosive. George Pickens. Uh,
Uh,
so I and the Eagles haven't really looked right lately. So
sure, sure.
uh, it just feels like one of those games that like the Eagles are probably gonna drop. You know.
Sure, sure. Fair enough, fair enough. And right, if you look back in the first game of the season, right, like the Eagles only won, I think, 24-20, right? So it wasn't even like a blow. And everyone was just like, oh my God, Marco Parsons is gone. How's that
Hmm.
game gonna go? Right. Hey, they kept it a one
And
score game until the end. So
yeah,
like
and they got Quinnen Williams and Kenny
Kenny Clark.
Clark on that
Yeah.
line now, so
Yeah.
it's gonna play a factor for
Fair
sure.
enough, fair
Oh,
enough. But
and no Lane Johnson. Is he out for the year
I'm not sure, honestly.
or he's definitely out for this game. So
That would make a difference, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's fair enough. Fair enough. I need both running backs to go off. I got them in fantasy, so I just be a shootout with the running backs. Do all the work. I'll do all the running backs do the work. I think my lock. I think it's I'm gonna go with the Patriots over the Bengals.
Mm,
I just honestly, you know what? Let me retract that. I think that's a trap game for the Patriots. Actually, if I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna go Detroit over the Giants. I think that's a lock. I
that's
think that
100% a lock.
I think
Yeah.
it's a lock, right? Even if Jackson Dart plays, I don't think they're gonna stop that Lions offense. And Dan Campbell's gonna be fucking absolutely atrociously pissed that his offense only put up 9 points last game. So like, I think the Lions are gonna absolutely just manhandle the Giants.
Yeah, back in the dome, back at home, like yeah, they should handle them.
Right, right.
Um my lock is the Rams uh against the Bucks. They're in LA. Rams are hot. Like they- I do think they are the best team in the league. Um so and Bucks aren't exactly healthy right now,
Yeah, I
so
was about to say,
it's
man, like the poor Bucks are going through this gauntlet of a schedule with like being absolutely injured. I'm like, man,
yeah.
like that, and the Bucks are a lot better than what they are. Like they truly are, but like they got so many damn injuries on that team.
It is, yeah, I agree. I just think it's the injuries that are killing him. I know they might have Bucky Irving back, but I don't think that's enough. Like they don't have all their wide receivers.
No,
Y-
absolutely not.
yeah. Um, yeah, so I'm taking the Rams.
No, fair enough, fair enough. Cool, cool, cool. And then obviously, right, so I had some movements in my power rankings. Just a quick note, I have Bears at 14, so we're quickly, slowly climbing into the top 10 possibly. If they beat Pittsburgh, who I have at 11 this week,
Hmm,
I can debate. Maybe put him in the top 10, right? But I think I don't think last week I had this in. I think I had the 49ers are in my 10 spot. They're back in there, 7-4. They look like a completely different
nice.
team with Brock Purdy. Like I know Mac Jones has held the ship down, but Brock Purdy really makes that team go because it's just the guy knows how to win. Like, you know what I mean? He
The-
knows how to play. Like, I think it's his system. So I got the 49ers at 10. The Packers are at 9. I know they didn't look good against the Giants, right? But so the Bears just had to come back against the Giants, so I can't really talk shit about that, right?
hmm,
So I think right, I have them at 9, right? There's the defense is still really good, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Matt LaFleur. And that team at 8, I have Detroit. I did slip because honestly. Jared Goff looked like ass again in cold weather. And my buddy, like, if y'all don't have the first seed, which doesn't look like y'all gonna have the first seed this year, like, you got to win games in the cold.
I I agree. The only way they're gonna have a chance to like get to a Super Bowl is if it goes through Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the cold, you see what happens again, right? You give him enough pressure, and in the cold, he's a
It
statue.
throws them off. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just throws them off for some reason. Yeah.
Right, right. You know what I mean? Even though a couple years ago when he was in part of the Rams and the Bears had the big advantage of 2018, right? He came over here and same thing.
The
Got
exact same
murdered.
thing happened. Yeah.
Murdered
Yeah.
in Chicago, and it was cold, right? So like
Yeah.
around the same time. So like I have them at 8. I dropped them 3 spots, right? Like I think they get pretty low. 7, I got the Bills, even though I think the Bills are fluky at this moment because their defense can't stop a leak.
Hmm.
But it is what it is.
Yep.
At 6, I got the Patriots, even though I
Wow.
I know everybody's like Patriots, like, and I know I'm not gonna right. I say the same thing with the Bears too, but like. The Patriots also had right. Yes, they beat the Bucks. Right, they beat the Bills, but like they still also have had a relatively quote unquote easy schedule. Right. But once again, I said the same thing for the Bears. You don't apologize for who you play in front of you. Right. Like you do those games. So like, I have them at 6. I don't have them any higher because like I want to see more from them, but we'll see.
Hmm.
5 is same thing with this team because I just don't
Is it
think they're that good. It's never
the
Broncos.
Broncos? Yeah, I knew
But I gotta put them in the
it.
top 5 because they're 9-2. But once again, they're comfortable to winning those tight games, which is great because that right, it's a veteran kind of coach and Sean Payton. He knows how to do it. He's won a Super Bowl, right? Been consistent, but like, yes, they got that massive win at Kansas City finally. But like, I'm still not convinced of that offense because it's so like I don't think it's just enough for the top 4. Which is number 4 is the Seattle Seahawks. They dropped from 2. I told you right, like pretty much whoever won that game's gonna drop it and right.
From 2 to 4?
Yeah.
Really?
I have the Eagles
Wow.
at 3, man. I got the Eagles at 3. Like
Wow.
the Eagles are 8-2. That defense is as advertised, man. Like the offense will figure it out. Like they look like the last couple of games of the season, right? Like it's very, very catered towards like explosive offensive plays, right? Whether it's running or the pass game. So that's 2. And then 2 of the Colts, I can't really move them. I moved them up just because like I still think they're just the Colts and they're 8-2. And then obviously the Rams at 1. The Rams are the best team in the league this year. It's just it is.
Yep. Yeah, that it's actually very similar to mine. The Bears are actually closer to they're at 12 for me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think next week or maybe the week after if they beat Philly, then yeah, I would bump them up in here.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, 10, I have the Niners.
Oh, okay.
For the same reasons. I thought they looked really good against Arizona. Like yeah, you're right. Brock Purdy makes a difference.
It does.
Um, Green Bay at 9. Same. I think their running game is really good, but like they kind of feel like they don't have an identity. Like there's something
Hmm.
off, but their defense is really good.
Right.
Um, Lions at 8 for losing to the Eagles, and it looked like they got ran over by a truck
Oh
against
man, it
Philly.
was
Like
horrible. It was
it was
horrible.
bad.
It was bad. Bad.
Um, 7 Bills, same thing. I don't know if I trust them. Like I think I feel like they have to prove a little more. I know they beat Kansas City earlier in the year, but like I don't know.
Hmm.
You can't lose to some of the other teams and beat Kansas City. Like I don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Patriots at 6.
Okay.
I Patriots 6, Broncos 5. I those were kind of interchangeable to me because
Okay.
I feel like they're the same teams. I just I buy
Hmm.
I want to buy into the Patriots more, but I think just because the
Hmm.
Broncos beat Kansas City, I feel like that has a little bit more weight than beating the New York Jets.
Sure. Them obviously, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Colts at 4.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, Daniel Jones. I They were on a bye week, so it's kind of hard to judge.
Fair.
Eagles 3, Seahawks 2, Rams.
Oh, so
Obviously,
you did
no,
not move the Seahawks, huh? Okay.
no. I still think the Seahawks are a better team than the Eagles. And
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, and I think this playing the Rams was just more of a one for one. That's like one
Sure.
A, one B. And
And I think you're right because right, Sam Darnold had an atrocious game and they only still won by 2 points. I mean, they only lost by 2 points.
yeah, yeah, like their defense is legit, man. They may be better than they might be better than the Rams. Like the defense itself.
I
Like
just think I think the Rams D line is just better.
yeah. I'm telling you it's really close, but they're both really, really good. Like
Fair enough. I can't hate it. I can't hate it. I mean, they're gonna play each other again in a couple weeks. So, and
mm-hmm.
this time in Seattle. So we'll see how that game goes.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Awesome. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week then.
Thank you.
Later.
Later.